All right, Mr. TALIAFERRO TV. I'm up right now, ladies and gentlemen. I have not been to sleep. I'm working on a couple projects that I think you guys are really going to enjoy coming up soon. And I'm going to be honest with you, man. I've been up watching this Monique and Breakfast Club interview. I know it would be a big one. I actually seen the interview a few hours ago, even though it just dropped. I seen the interview early because Monique periscoped the entire interview. So I was able to watch it a few hours early, so I knew what was coming. And it's now public on the Breakfast Club YouTube page. Please check it out. It'll be one of their highest viewed videos of all time, to be honest with you. It's that controversial. And I'm not going to lie to you guys. Monique said some things. I think she said some things in her husband that I actually agree with in regards to women and equality and comedy and just overall, especially in the entertainment business. But I do believe that Monique is trying to use a lot of the black oppression issues in her case, where I do believe I've met Will Packer before. I don't know his character on set of a movie. I've never done a movie with him. I'm not an actor, but I'm usually good at reading people. And to call Will Packer somebody who's lying on her, to call Roland Martin somebody who's fought for black issues for decades, a bad person essentially, or a liar on your name, to call out Lee Daniels, somebody that's given a lot of black people opportunities. I think she even called out Tyler Perry and Oprah. It's like, dang, everybody Monique is doing you wrong. I find that hard to believe. She added Charlamagne to that list, and the ending of that interview, it bothered me. Monique got up and she was leaving and left the cameras rolling, and she told Charlamagne pretty much essentially he was a puppet from the Birth of a Nation movie. She called him a puppet pretty much, and that rubs me the wrong way. And I'll go ahead and throw this out to you guys. So I'm probably interviewing Charlamagne in a week from now. I'm gonna just go ahead and throw that out to you guys. I'm interviewing, so I'm gonna set off that disclaimer. I'm interviewing Charlamagne probably in a week from now. But I tell this brother to his face, do I agree with everything that brother has to say? No, 100%. Y'all see me do videos on here. I think we had some disagreements on the Troy Ave situation that I talked about, and I don't personally know Charlamagne. This will be the second time that I'm linking up with him in next week. But let's make it clear, the motivation that brother has given me, right? And I'm not talking about just the interview with him, but what I've seen that brother put together when they gave away almost $1 million in last December for the injustices, or to help support groups that are fighting for injustices of unarmed black people. To hear Monique call that brother, out of anyone you can call a puppet, to hear her call that brother a puppet, it rubs me the wrong way. I think it's incredibly inaccurate of his character. And so at what point, so we got to figure this out in the black community. When you grow in business, right? When you grow in business and you become more successful and you work with bigger companies, we got to decipher who's a sellout or not. Because if Charlamagne is the sellout when he's not the industry whore that a lot of personalities are, I've seen people who've given themselves up to the industry who sold out for the industry, who sold out for the man. I've seen that. If Charlamagne's the puppet, I'll be honest. I'm gonna be honest with you. Y'all gonna call me a puppet soon too. Then he can't be the puppet. We've watched this man literally hold artists accountable more than anyone else in the last decade and a half has. He's one of the only personalities that's unapologetic and unafraid to ruin a relationship, no matter if the person won't come back for another interview or the artist won't do their radio show. He's one of the only artists that still got on the breakfast on this platform on the radio. And for the most part, even though I think there's a little bias with a few artists, he's been one of the only guys to get up and tell his truth and tell artists what he feels and ask the tough questions. He created that culture, or he brought it back in radio, rather, at least in urban. So for her to call him a puppet, out of everyone, that rubbed me the wrong way. And I don't usually do videos standing up for people, but this is going to be a question that I ask Charlamagne in the next week if we go through with the interview. This is going to be a question. I'm going to bring this interview up to him for sure, and other stuff. But I can't rock with her calling him a puppet. You can say what you want about him. He ain't a puppet. That brother has done a lot for black people, especially as of recent, as his platform has grown. A lot of people don't know this. Yo, when he had the Uncommon Sense show on MTV, he was giving people opportunities. Yo, Desus and Mero, I don't gotta sit there and take up for Charlamagne all day. Yo, they're doing their thing now. They'll tell you a lot of that is because Charlamagne gave them a look when they needed it. Yo, Taxstone, say what you want. Charlamagne put Taxstone in a position to win. Taxstone ruined that opportunity, right? Yo, I just don't like when I see stuff like that. A brother made a book called Black Privilege, had people in the hood going and buying books and reading. I seen that for my darn self. So for her to call him the puppet, to reference him to Birth of a Nation, I don't like that. And in regards to the word puppet, you know, here's something that's very ironic to me. When Monique talks and listening, I watch all interviews, ladies and gentlemen. I've been watching Monique and her husband do interviews all over. I watched one with Gerald Kelly in a radio station in San Francisco the other day. I watched her interview with Hot 97 and Ebro in the morning. I've watched a few Monique interviews in the last few weeks. I think this is a very interesting story where Monique and her husband actually have some good valid points in some of the things they're saying. I just think the overall message is wrong. Not the overall message, excuse me. I think the way they're going about it, trying to use the black oppression as their premise of why she's not getting paid, is wrong. Let me clear that up. But I've been watching some interviews with Monique and listening to the dynamics of her relationship with her husband. Yo, I'm listening. First and foremost, in the past, Monique has admitted that she allows her husband to cheat. Now, everybody's allowed to do what they want to in their relationship, right? But I'm sorry if I'm gonna criticize that or critique that in any form or fashion. That's interesting to me. That's interesting to me. I'll just say that. I won't go any further. That's interesting to me. And to listen to Monique, how they talk. I've been watching her and her husband move around. To listen to her call this man daddy, and in a couple times in the interview, she didn't say daddy. She said dad. All right, go check for that in the interview, especially in her Periscope or live stream that she posted it. She said dad. And to listen to a black woman, a powerful, strong-minded black woman whose claim to fame, right, is being the black woman who's gonna speak her mind regardless, right? That's her thing. Gonna make jokes regardless. That's her spill, right? To hear her call him dad, it almost felt like I'm watching an episode of The Parkers and Monique was chasing after Professor Ogilvy again. And I'm not even joking. She's calling this man dad. That's her hut. That just feels weird to me. So when we use that puppet word, I'm not trying to call Monique a puppet by any means, but yo, that is weird to me. So to go out of your way to call Charlamagne a puppet when there looks to be flaws in your own home, I ain't rocking, bro. And I can't sit there and act like that's cool to me. Subscribe to my channel for more exclusive content like this. Y'all know if me, and I'm trying to link up with the entire Breakfast Club. We will see what happens. That is, again, in a week from now. I will keep you guys up to date on if it happens or not. Interview with TALIAFERRO and Charlamagne, fireworks. You got to believe that. Talk to me in the comment box below. What do you think about the Monique and Breakfast Club interview? I want all your reactions in the comment section. And please react to what I said as well. I have some strong opinions. Please. And if you're siding with Monique, 100%, I'm with you. I want to know what you got to say. I'm responding in the comment section. Trust me. Everything Monique said was not wrong. It just wasn't 100% right. And I think the approach about it wasn't right either. And with the whole Netflix issue, I get it. We do need to stand for stuff. If we are admitting that Netflix bully Monique in a way and that she's worth way more than $500,000, which I both agree on both of those things, we do need to stand for something. But I'm still watching Netflix give a lot of young black actors and giving a lot of black producers opportunities right now, and I don't know if I'm willing to boycott that and give that up. I'm out.
I want to salute you, homie, you know, for building your own thing and doing your own thing, creating your own platform, your own website.
I got one life to live out my dreams, and I'm giving this thing all I got. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I represent the culture.
Right now you're turning up on itsmrtaliaferro.com, shawty.